Wonderment helps you build beautiful, fully Shopify native tracking pages in just a few minutes. Let's take a look at how to launch your own tracking page. We're going to look at how to create your own tracking page, how to design your page within Shopify's theme editor, and then how to customize your tracking block inside of the Wonderment tracking block editor. This will help you match the look and feel of your store perfectly. Here's the shop that we'll use for our demo. The first thing we need to do is head to the Shopify App Store and install Wonderment. During installation, Wonderment's going to take care of a few things so that all stores, whether Online Store 2.0 ready or not, are able to take advantage of the Wonderment tracking page. Wonderment starts by creating sections. These are the building blocks of your tracking page. Then we'll build a template for the sections to live on. And finally, we'll create a page that the template can be applied to. While installation wraps up and your page is being created, you'll be taken to the Wonderment admin where you could access the Storefront Tracking tab. This is where everything related to your tracking page within Wonderment lives. You can see the URL where your tracking page lives, and if you click View Live Tracking Page, we could actually go visit what exists on the moment of installation. Type in Preview and it will show you a search result. Now, we clearly need to style this page, so let's go back to the Wonderment admin. Before we go through to the Shopify theme editor, take a look over at this URL. This is where you can come and change your slug, add files to themes that aren't yet published, or even clean up files that Wonderment's added. Of course, this is also where you access the tracking block editor, but we'll check that out later. For now, let's load up the Shopify theme editor, and while we wait, we'll do a quick recap of step 1. So far, we've learned that all we need to do is install Wonderment and a page will be instantly created for us. Once in Wonderment, we can go to the Storefront admin, where we can do things like see where the page lives and change its handle, or even manage theme files for unpublished themes. Okay, now let's style and design our page in the Shopify theme editor. Once you're in, you'll be able to see that the page looks as it did when we just viewed it live, except now you can see the pieces that the page is made out of. For instance, these Wonder sections here on the left. A Wonder section is a theme section provided by Wonderment. You can spot them by finding the names with the parcel or package emoji. So while we're styling this here Wonder section through its settings, let's just talk a bit about why we included them. Not all themes have sections that are available. If a theme was made before Online Store 2.0 was released, a merchant might be limited. We wanted to make sure that that limit didn't prevent them from launching a tracking page. Meanwhile, maybe you have a theme that's rich in sections. We would absolutely encourage you to check out the sections that are available native to your theme before relying on Wonder sections, kind of like how we're using this image banner as an alternative to the Wonder section hub. The Wonder section hub comes with a hero image option so that the tracking block lays over top of it, but the image banner lets me stack it so that I can have the tracking block below. I just find the image banner section, add it to the page, drag it to where I want it, and then use the settings to customize it. It's pretty simple. This might be a good chance to talk about tracking blocks. It's important that you replace the starter tracking block with the Wonderment app block. The difference between the two is that one is a theme file and the other is an app plugged into the tracking block editor that is offered in the Wonderment admin. If you want to make customizations, you're going to have to make that switch. And you can see that we're going to want to tighten the style between the corners and maybe some colors, but what about the rest of the page? Well, there are other Wonder sections here that can be just turned on by clicking that little disable eye. Once you click into each of these questions for the FAQ, for instance, or go through the motions to add the collection for the featured collection, hit select and save when you see them pop up, and very quickly, you're going to have a really nice looking tracking page available to you. Even apps like Rebuy can be added quickly just by providing a Rebuy widget ID, but what we really want to drive home is that you should be spending a lot of time getting to know the themes. Find out what sections are available. Maybe you want to throw in a multi-column, or maybe there's a contact form that you want to try out. All of these sections that are fully native to your theme are going to work the best and look the best. So have fun with it. Play around. Add things, remove things, drag, reorder, see what it looks like, and make the layout truly your own. Let's just make sure we hit save, and now we'll recap step 2. First off, Shopify is where you design your tracking page, and you can do so with Wonder sections, theme files that work everywhere. But make sure you explore your own themes sections. Your sections will always be a more true fit to your store. We also strongly recommend using the app block instead of the starter tracking block because the app block is connected with the tracking block editor, meaning that you can go deeper with customizations. And finally, just play around and have fun. See what you can make it based on the theme files that are available to you. Step 3, or the last step we have, is customizing the tracking block in Wonderment. But before we open the editor, let's visit the tracking page we just made. This way we can see what we need to customize in the first place. At first glance, you'll notice that the website uses hard corners instead of rounded corners, so we're going to want to correct that. And from there, maybe the colors could use some improvement as well. So let's head back to the storefront admin page and open the editor. Designing a tracking block is pretty intuitive if you get to know the editor, so I'll break that down as we go through the motions. This dropdown in the top nav is for tracking block state. All tracking blocks have 2 states, search and tracking info. States come with their own set of blocks and settings within those blocks. This button in the slim nav is to show that you're in the layout view where you edit layouts. So you could select from different block layouts, pre-constructed sets of blocks and styles, and each of them will reveal different blocks and settings that you can again customize. Here I'm playing with the chip size and I'm changing the text, or I could jump down to things like carrier info or progress bar in the status details block and see the settings that are revealed there. To change these colors, we want to hit the next button in the slim nav and open global styles. These colors are tied to the different statuses that a package has. Since delivered and in transit are the most common colors that a customer will see, I'm going to switch them over to a color that I grabbed from the website. I'm not going to touch returned and failed because I want to keep those striking. Next, I'm going to drop down to banner colors because I need to make sure that the banner gray is switched over to the same as the website. Now I've got to change the text to white, and I think this is starting to look pretty good. As I toggle off these rounded corners, let me tell you a bit about these text boxes you see for button CSS and text field CSS. We want your tracking block to inherit as much style as possible from your theme, so if we end up missing a class, then you can just add it directly to it. By default, we look for button and BTN or search and input, but you might have something different, so just add that class in here and we should inherit the styles perfectly. This is also where you toggle the Powered by Wonderment on and off. The last icon in the slim nav is for custom CSS. If there's something you want to change but can't find a setting, do that here. You're pretty much done now. All you need to do is just double check the different statuses with the status chip to make sure your block looks the way you want. You can check failure or return package, delivered, transit, or even see what a multiple fulfillment order looks like. From here, you've got 2 clicks left. The first one, make sure you save your block's work, and the second, publish that. There you have it. Now let's go check out the page. Here you can see the page we designed with the tracking block we customized, exactly as you'd expect. Beautiful, fits into the website cleanly, and best of all, was easy to build. Before we sign off, let's do a quick recap of step number 3. All tracking blocks come with a search state and a tracking info state. You could edit both of them. The Layout tab is where you style your blocks by clicking into the settings that each block provides. Global Styles is the tab used for setting colors and for adding classes that we were unable to pick up for buttons and text inputs. You could use CSS in the CSS editor to customize everything that doesn't have a setting, and status chips allow you to preview the experience based on the status of the package from your customer's eyes. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to reach out. Wonderment is far more than just tracking pages. If you'd like to learn more about elevating your post-purchase experience, please feel free to schedule a demo. In the meantime, you could also check out our podcast, Thank You Come Again, hosted by Blake and Pearl, where he interviews leading D2C operators and vendors every week to uncover the tools, tips, and strategies they're using to drive repeat purchases and brand loyalty.